Hey, good morning. Welcome. Great to have a good crowd this morning. We'd like to welcome you to the City Council meeting. I'd like to remind everybody to please make sure all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position. Also, please be advised our City Council meetings are broadcast on Comcast Channel 99, AT&T UVerse, and the City of Gadsden YouTube channel. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilwoman Latham is absent today. Councilman Smith?
Here.
Councilman Avery?
Here.
Councilman Back?
Here.
Councilman Wilson?
Here.
Councilwoman Minatra?
Here.
And Councilman Robinson?
Here.
We have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Councilman Smith to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to tell you thank you. This is the day the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. God, we thank you for yet another opportunity to serve the citizens of our great city. Thank you for our mayor, the council, God. We thank you for all those that are here today. We have school board members here today, county officials, first responders, oh God, and we thank you for your wisdom and knowledge and understanding that we may continue to lead the citizens of Gadsden. And even on this National Teachers Day today, God, we honor and recognize and appreciate all teachers, all educators, God, faculty and staff. We give you praise, we give you glory, we give you all of the honor. It's in Jesus' mighty name we pray. All that agree said amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and council meeting held on April 29th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of accounts for the week of April 25th through May 1st.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Item 7 on our agenda is reserved for proclamations and commendations. I know Mayor Ford has a very important commendation and proclamation today.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. Can I ask Brittany one thing? So the names are the same. Okay, got it. Okay. Just technical error on my end. I want to read a mayor's commendation. We have a lot of people here with us today, and I noticed some elected officials, County Commissioner Craig Enzer, Tim Ramsey, Judge Milliken, good to see you. Miss Rita, always good to see you. Anybody else that's here for this occasion? Want to recognize those in respect for this that we're about to read right here. If I could ask the two officers to come forward, Officer McKinnish and Deputy Jake Bell. And just for the record, if you like the way my hair looks, Jake's mother cuts my hair. And I've known him ever since he was way smaller than me. Now he's a lot taller than me. But I want to read this right here and want to thank them for their service. On April 6, 2025, Officer Shenandoah McKinnish responded to a situation on Megan Bridge where he was met by Deputy Jake Bell and a citizen holding the arms of a woman who was standing on the other side of the bridge railing to keep her from jumping or falling. Deputy Jake Bell was the first law enforcement officer on the scene, so he engaged in conversation with the young woman, trying to eliminate the risk of harm to herself. The woman had her leg wrapped in the railing to prevent them from pulling her back to safety. Officer McKinnish managed to act quickly to remove the set of handcuffs from the back of Deputy Bell's duty belt so the woman could not see. She was then handcuffed to keep her from fighting or jumping. Once handcuffed to the railing, they were able to pull her back over the railing to safety. She was still comforted throughout the process, and both officers displayed compassion to her, which was deeply needed during this time. The actions taken by both officers in this moment saved the life of a young woman in the midst of one of the worst days of her life, and she now has another chance to live. We commend Officer McKinnish and Deputy Bell for a job well done in de-escalating an incident that could have been far worse. The Gadsden Police Department, Etowah County Sheriff's Department, and the citizens of Gadsden and Etowah County, thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to, everybody take a seat, please. So I'm going to, I want to say just a sidebar conversation. So when I was in the legislature back in the day, and we had a governor at the time, and I won't mention his name, but we cut mental health in the state of Alabama. And we lost a lot of mental health hospitals. And now, being the mayor, I see that our officers are having to deal not only with a lot of cases that you've always heard about growing up, you know, domestic violence, you know, drugs, et cetera, auto accidents, but we're dealing with a lot of mental health issues. To me, those are just as dangerous as any other issues that our first responders have to deal with. The mental health, it's not the people's fault. Sometimes they need help, and the help's not available. So I plead to our legislators and to our state leaders that we need to address mental health. This is a serious concern in the state of Alabama. Other states have done more for their mental health situation, but not only is it a fear and a scare situation for the person that's having the mental health issues, it's very scary for our officers that have to deal with it also. Because you're not dealing with someone in their right mind, you're dealing with a mentally ill patient that needs help. So I just want to say thank you to both of y'all. Captain Allred, I'm going to turn it over to you to say a few words, please.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. So good morning, council members, members of the Etowah County Commission, and distinguished guests. I am deeply honored to stand before all of y'all to recognize these two law enforcement officers on the cusp of Law Enforcement Officer Appreciation Week, to sit there and recognize these two officers for what they do day in and day out. I mean, I cannot be more proud of these two gentlemen. This is what they do day in and day out, as I said before. But to stand before y'all and to be able to publicly recognize them, not only in this forum, but it's on the YouTube channel, Channel 99, Facebook, everywhere else where everybody on the World Wide Web can see this. This right here goes, beyond more than what we can do as a small group. But, I do have to say this, it goes beyond more than Deputy Bell wearing a tan shirt and green pants, or Officer McKinnish wearing just a blue uniform. This right here goes to show what two gentlemen from two different departments working together can do to save a woman's life. Now, Officer McKinnish works day shift normally, but this time he was working over. Deputy Bell works night shift. It just happened to be the Lord put them together at that time and place to save this woman's life. As the mayor said, the worst day of her life. Our good Lord put these two gentlemen together for her. And then these two gentlemen working together, probably never seen each other before, to give her another day for her family, for her children, if she has any, I don't know. But another day on this earth. And, I've got to thank them for that. I've got to applaud them for that. And what I have right here is a lifesaver ribbon and a division commendation from me to each one of them. So, Deputy Bell, I just want to thank you. Good job. Officer McKinnish. Thank you. Let's give them another round of hands.
Let's get a picture real quick. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Thank you.
Mr. President, I'm sorry. We got a guest in the audience I want to recognize, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Ricky, stand up if you don't mind. Many of y'all may know Ricky Wright. He's out of the Birmingham, Atlanta area. We're working with him and engaging in a contract to bring before the council to work on our social media, our imaging, and also community meetings that are coming up. Many of y'all may have known him in the past. He's been a good friend of mine. has worked with us in the past in Montgomery, but he'll be a huge asset to us. So I just wanted to introduce him, and thank you, Ricky.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Thank you for being here, Ricky. All right. That was a great presentation. Heartfelt thanks to all involved in the saving of that life. We do have some other guests here this morning. We do have Keith Blackwell, who's the superintendent of Gadsden City School System, along with Rita Smith, the better half of Councilman Steve Smith. He gave me an absolutely, so I have that same answer when my wife's introduced, absolutely. And then we have Judge Alan Milliken, who is the chairman of the Board of Education, and just wanted to recognize them. And Judge Milliken, if you, I think you would like to come forward at this time and share some information, some very important information with us.
Thank you, Councilman Mack. That's a tough act to follow.
Oh, it is.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you. Is the microphone on? A little green light.
There we go. How about that? Again, that was a tough act to follow. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here this morning on behalf of the Board of Education and Superintendent Blackwell. There was some information that we wanted to pass along and make sure that everybody knew what was coming up this May 20th. We have a special election that's on the ballot for May the 20th, dealing with the school and the way that we get our funding. And it's very, very important that you understand how important that funding is to us. And it comes by way of our property tax, that we get a certain millage, and most folks don't even know what a millage is, but it's a fraction of a penny on the dollar that you spend on your property tax. And that's one of the ways that the city school system gets their funding. We get monies from the federal government. Most of that is earmarked on how we can spend it. We get monies from the state as to the number of teachers that they say that we need, and a lot of that money is earmarked. But other funds that we get from the city, which was greatly appreciated, and through our property tax, is what goes into the general fund, and that's what we use for our programs that we want to do. There's some examples of how it's used for local funding for teachers, for nurses, for maintenance, for substitute teachers, extracurricular activities, facility improvements, support staff, technology, all those things that we use that money for out of the general fund that we can use along with the monies that the city gives us to have one of the best systems, I think, in the state. I don't know if y'all saw our report cards that we got here shortly, but we've all made improvements and we're continuing to do that, and we really have to have these funds to do that. And what people need to realize is this is the only thing that's on this ballot. It's a standalone ballot, and it's not. It deals with how much we're going to be able to get. We have to do this every 20 years. It's not a new tax. It's just a reaffirmation or a renewal of the old tax that's there. It's not a new tax. It's not an additional tax. It's not an increase in your tax. We're just saying that we've been doing this for the last 20 years, and we want to keep doing it. So that's why I came here today, because as soon as somebody sees something on the ballot and they see something that says taxes, the first thing they think is we pay enough taxes, we don't need any more, we don't want any more. That's not what this is all about. This is the way that we fund all these programs that we give to our children and the way that we expand them, and it's so important that this passes. And so I appreciate you giving me the opportunity today to come here and explain that. And so if you see somebody out and you encourage them to go vote, it's the only thing that's going to be on the ballot. It's not just the city. It's also the county. The county schools are on the ballot as well. I think even City of Attala, that's the way they get theirs. So it's just a renewal of something that we've been doing for the last 20 years, and we would like to keep on doing that.
So, Mr. President, can I say something to that?
Yes, Mayor Ford.
So, Judge, when I was in the legislature, we extended this tax. We did it through a referendum in 2000, or I think 2002, I can't remember. Like Judge said, this affects all school systems, not just Gadsden. This is Etowah County, Attala, and Gadsden City. This is what we were able to build a new Gadsden City High School with back in the day when my father was serving in the legislature. He was the author of this bill back then. Not only that, we built 5 new county high schools out of it. Gadsden City built a high school. Attala, Etowah High renovated their high school and also built an Attala Middle School since then. They've also built an Attala Elementary School. So this is not a new tax. It's just to keep the same thing that you've been doing going on. And I've always said this back when my father was alive. I remember when he passed it. He said, people don't mind paying their fair share in taxes as long as they can see what it's going to. They don't want to give it to a pot and see it's like water going through a hand. And this tax does not do that. You can see brick, you can see mortar, you can see football fields, you can see arts programs, you can see music programs, you can see everything. If this tax went away, it would devastate our school system. I can vouch for that. I know the numbers. I've talked with Superintendent Blackwell. This is something we have to turn out the people to support our kids. If you want us recruiting industry for the city of Gadsden, we need to extend this revenue because it gives us a tool to be able to use to show off our school system, which we do when we recruit industry. If this tax goes away, we got a serious issue and a serious problem. So please, people, get out and let's support this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And to reiterate what you were saying, we have one of the best board of educations that I've seen. I've been around the state and seen a lot of different folks. They will squeeze a penny out of a turnip. I mean, we watch the monies that we spend. We're very frugal on how we spend it. We want to get our money's worth. So we need this. We need it. Oh, one other thing I want to tell y'all, the graduation too is 2 days later. I think it's the 22nd, is it not right, Mr. Blackwell? And we're going to have a new surprise for you. What we've done is, and we did all the homework and make sure that it's going to pay for itself in the long run, we're going to put a Jumbotron up in the end of the end zone. So that now when you see your kids walk across the stage this time, there's a camera on them, you're going to be able to see them up there with it. And in the long run, this thing's going to pay for itself because of our vendors that are coming in and our advertisement that we do at our sporting events, then it's going to actually pay for itself. So that's something else that I thought I'd throw out there
But
for
if we
everybody.
don't pass the tax, we won't be able to turn it on.
You're exactly right. And that's the kind of thing, and again, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. It's going to pay for itself, but we got to have the seed money to do it.
That's right.
We're thinking ahead. Every move that we make, we figure out how can we get the maximum effort out of that $1 that we're spending. And we do it. And we don't waste time and we don't waste money. So we are good stewards of our children and good stewards of their education. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. Thank you for allowing us to come here and voice this to the public.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that and very important information. Thank you, Mayor Ford. Hope everybody remembers to go out and vote yes. All right, so we will continue on in our meeting. We have item 8, unfinished business. We have none, so we'll go to item 9. This is a time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution approving alcoholic beverage license. Marcia Kendrick, doing business as 823 Bar and Grill, located at 823 Tuscaloosa Avenue in District 3, has applied for a restaurant retail liquor license. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Does anyone wish to speak in favor?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to speak in favor of the for the liquor license. We have applied for it. I hope we went through all the paperwork because it has been a whole lot of paperwork, but I don't mind. Any taxes that are due, we do plan to pay them and get them current and keep them current. It is a restaurant, and we will be selling other items. Food, we have food items. We open in February selling food items. We hope to open as soon as we can selling the spirits. I call them spirits because that's what people come in wanting. You know, they want spirits. So we're asking today if the council would approve that we would get liquor license so we could start purchasing and selling liquor at 823 Bar and Grill. Thank you.
And Ms. Kendrick, I should have done this before you spoke, but for our records and for transparency, will you tell us your name, please, and your address for our records?
Marcia Kendrick, 116 North 20th Street, Gadsden, Alabama, 35903.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming here today. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to speak in favor?
I just have a few questions.
I'm sorry. Could you identify yourself, please?
I'm sorry. My name is Jennifer Greenwood, and I'm a resident over in that area, and I'm not for sure with the address to identify the location of that area. Could you tell me exactly where the location of the business?
It's at 823 Tuscaloosa Avenue, 35901.
Could you tell me what it was currently was prior to?
7-Eleven.
A 7-Eleven grocery store?
No, it was, I think it's a restaurant.
Yeah, previously it was 7-Eleven Bar and Grill, sports bar, but it's currently very similar, the same thing, but it's just the name of the business is the address of the business.
Is that at the corner of 10th Street and Tuscaloosa?
That's at the corner of North 9th Street in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't oppose. Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanted clarification. We have an address, but I'm visual because that is my area, and I don't know all the addresses over in there because that is why I'll be speaking later. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Greenwood. Anyone else wish to speak in favor? All right, the chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion among the council members? No. All right, clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
All right. Item 10 is in our agenda is our final public hearing is an ordinance assenting to annexation and zoning of property located at the area of Horton Bend Road and Oakland Drive. The owners, Joey Jones, John Freeman, and John Hayes of Hayes FP LLC, requested the annexation, contingent on the property being zoned as RT residential townhouse with 0 lot line residential district. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the annexation and zoning. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this ordinance? Does anyone wish to speak in favor? Okay. Yes, sir, if you'll come forward. And for our records, when you get up there, if you will give us your name and your address, please, sir.
My name is John Freeman. It's 803 Rainbow Drive.
Okay.
Gadsden. And just quickly, what this is for your information is that it's an upscale subdivision. The houses are going to range in value from $400,000 to $600,000. It's going to have some community area down there for recreation, walking, and what have you. At least this is our initial plan. We're going to do it in 3 phases. We'll have about 26 lots in the first phase. And assuming that we don't go broke, we'll go to the second and third phase. In our business, you never know. And so, anyway, I think it's going to be a real advantage to the city, and we're very. And these are garden homes. They're not zero clearance sidelines. That they're zoned for that, but we're going to do garden homes, which will give them a separation between them. And there's a very high demand for that kind of housing now, and there's very little of it. So I think it'll be a very big plus for the city. Thank you for your consideration, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak in favor? All right. This ordinance has been presented today for the first reading, and the council will vote on it not next week, but the week after, right? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 for bid number 3568 for Lake Point Drive concrete replacement project. This is to reconcile pay item additions and deletions ordered through construction. The amount is $97,411.15, decreasing the contract with Alabama Grading and Excavation, LLC, from $743,989 to $646,577.85. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, just for the sake of pointing it out, because I think a lot of times this can get lost in the minutia, but this is actually a contract savings, not an additional change. Most of the time when you see change orders, that means we're having to pay a little more. This is actually $97,411 under budget. So that does happen.
All right, thank you for that. Any other comments?
So, Mr. President, this was needed in the area right behind Pruitt's, and the concrete was in shambles, and now it looks a whole lot better. So I want to thank Heath and the engineering department for saving the money, but also completing the project in a timely manner.
All right, thank you so much. All right. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Item 12 is the resolution authorizing acceptance of fiscal year 2024 Rebuild Alabama Act funds expenditure report. This is to comply with State Code Section 23-8-8, Section E, to account for expenditure of fiscal year 2024 funds. The original appropriation was $750,000 for the Lake Point Drive concrete replacement project, with $103,422.15 remaining in the fund balance. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Item 13 comes under first readings. This is an ordinance assenting to annexation of property located in and around 1831 Owen Street to City of Gadsden. The annexation was requested by the owner, Withrow and Grant Properties, LLC, and the Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval. The ordinance has been presented today for the first reading, and the council will vote on it at the next meeting. Item 14 is an ordinance amending City Code Chapter 50 regarding stormwater management regulations. This is to add additional permit classifications, revise the fee structure, and update the code language for improved administration of the regulation. The ordinance has been presented today for the first reading, and the council will vote on it at the next meeting. Item 15 is reserved for new business. We have one item this morning.
Yes, Mr. President, I've got one, and it has nothing to do with annexing the rest of Ordnance Bend, which we need to get to eventually. Maybe rename Minnesota Bend the Gulf of Gadsden, like just, anyway. All right. This is actually from the engineering department. This is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Wagner Engineering. This is actually for the resurfacing and widening of Black Creek Parkway over around Gadsden City High School, all the way down to Highway 77. Major project that's long overdue. It's actually going to officially solidify the turn lane, left turn lane into Gadsden City High School and replacing that median. You know, there's an opening there now, but this will actually establish a full turn lane there. So if there's no objections from my colleagues, I would ask that we suspend the rules and consider this under new business today. Thanks.
All right, clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today as an item of new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
I'd ask my distinguished colleagues to move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Wilson. Item 16 in our agenda is department reports, committees, boards. Do we have any of those this morning, Mayor Ford?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll move to item 17, which is citizen request. We have one today. Ms. Jennifer Greenwood has asked to come forward to speak about revitalization of her neighborhood. Good morning, Ms. Greenwood.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor, City Council, for allowing me to come and speak before your committee this morning. My name is Jennifer Greenwood. I'm a native here of Gadsden, Alabama. I went to L.V. Johnson. Some of you guys may be old enough to know what that school is, and some of you may not. I grew up over in District 3. I currently have property in District 3. I have property over in District 1 as well. I've been working with various of homeowners that's over in that area. I did talk to Mayor Ford last week, and I explained to him about 49 crepe myrtle trees had been cut down, but the stumps had not been ground. He got on it, they are done. I would love to see those trees to be replanted. They end up getting cut down because they wasn't maintenance. The city put the trees in the area, but they didn't maintain them. They start growing up as trees instead of being ornamental beauty that which crepe myrtles can grow and be beautiful in that area. Gadsden area over in District 3, it is not the hood. It is my neighborhood. And I want to come back and make it beautiful like it once was when I was a child. I grew up on those streets. They've been narrow. And so it's like a diamond in a rough when we just waiting for it to shine. And the only way that I can be able to make a difference, I have to be part of the solution. And I stand before you all. I want to be a part of the solution because I see what Gadsden is doing. And I am proud of Mayor Ford and the committee of the councilman of what you all are putting in to make Gadsden look as nice as, just say Birmingham, other Alabama areas. And I commend you guys. But the only thing I'm standing before and I want to fight for is that district and District 1. Now, when I call out to my city councilman, do he answer? Absolutely. Do he give me a leadway to help me to understand what's going on? Absolutely. It's not one time that I have not received a return phone call from him. Have I called Miss Lathan? Absolutely. Have she returned my phone call? Absolutely not. So that is why I had to come to say to you all that I want to make a difference. I did talk to, like I said, Mayor Ford, I joined the Arbor Committee. I want to see the field house, other areas that's in there, the Elks. There's a lot of structure building that we own and we paying taxes, but because of the area, they just feel like we don't care. And that's absolutely not the truth. And I'm going to fight for anything that's over there that you own or anybody else own that is not doing anything to make that area look like what it should look. I'm going to fight to make a difference in that area. So I got my boots on. I'm coming for you. So if you're paying taxes over there, I'm coming. And I'm going to come before this committee each and every time that I need to voice my opinion. And I got a committee. It is called Grassroots. And we are going to fight for what is right for Gadsden. And I'm say this because I know he told me 5 minutes. I had a school to contact me out of Montgomery, Alabama. They wanted to go to Carver to have their football team to stop through here to have a meal. And then they went on to their game over in Rome. And I asked them, I said, I'm just asking. I said, was you recommended or referred to that location? He said, no, ma'am. I said, I'm not afraid of my area because that's where I am. And I don't want you to be afraid, but I want you to go to the venue. Why should I have had to send him to the venue and not Tuscaloosa for what we do not have? They coming back again this year in August to the same location. I want to be able to say, come over here and enjoy my area. All of this is our area because when we pay taxes, it's all of ours. I just want us to fight for what it is for every aspect of Gadsden, and I feel we got the right mayor that's going to listen to me, going to listen to you all, but the only way a closed mouth do not get fed, and mine's is open. Thank you. Any questions? So anybody have any question? And I did send you guys a letter. I have renovated 2 homes, and I would like for you all to come and see what I have put together in that area. I do not build anything or renovate anything I would not live in. If the house is open, I'm having open house at 507 Cow Street and 9th Street. So if you guys would love, I would love for you guys. I have a few little freshmen. If you can make it, I appreciate it. But if you can't, I just want to show you what I'm doing in that area. And I would love for you guys to work with me. That's my passion.
When
Work
is it?
with me.
Is that today, the
Yes,
the
sir.
open house?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So when you guys finish, it's there. Like I said, I have some little chips and things, just in case you guys can. And like I said, I abide by the laws and the rules and pay my taxes and all that good stuff. So I'm not just a sayer, I'm a doer. Okay?
Is the meeting, does your open house begin at 3?
It begin when you guys get there.
All right, I think we have don't we have a Zoom call or something at 3 today? So I don't know how long that'll last. It's for
Okay.
something pertaining to District 3, so we'll, would love to come by and see. And I appreciate your energy and
Thank
your
you.
vision.
I'm sorry,
and
I'm just an emotional person. When I'm on
Amen.
fire for something,
That's great.
something I believe in, and I just need to see how we can be able to review, put that back, and perhaps plant those trees back, and just have the city to maintain those and keep those cut back this time, because those crepe murders was absolutely beautiful on there. And in the area, we have a lot of elderly people that perhaps cannot afford paint. But if we can be able to get some type of supplies, and I have a contractor that is willing to be on board, I have some other volunteers, electrician and plumbers that would be able to volunteer, and even some of the land bank property that you guys be able to have, and I can be able to become a part of the solution and get it for somebody that's looking for home. All of my properties are open to Section 8. It's not just to private sectors. It's open to Section 8 for people that can be able to afford it, and like I said, and when I asked the young lady about what was the alcohol, we don't have to make that about everything a juke joint over there. We need to bring some business over there, and that's what I stand for. Right. So if what I'm doing is going to cause a sore mouth, a taste in somebody's mouth, I'm sorry, it have to be sore. I want my area to be like it was once again.
Let me. I want to make sure you know who Ruth Moffitt is. Ruth, I don't know if you've met Ruth before.
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor told me to get with her.
Great.
And I have not. But I wanted to come before you all to let you guys know.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got my boots on, my feet on the ground with my boots, and like I say, it's called Grassroots. And I have a committee, and people are so excited about what we're doing, and like some of the buildings over there, business, and we can get a coat of paint on them to make it look nice and get those trees planted back and just maintain. We got Shallow Church over there. It's very excited, about what I was doing. They even asked me, do you not think that you putting too much in this house, you're going to get your money back? I said, I'm not trying to sell it. But no, why should I have to build something that's not pleasing to the eyes of others? It can look just as nice as anybody else's, and that's what we got to focus on. So with you guys' support, I thank you guys. I know I'm out of town, but just let me know if somebody can give me a roadmap which way to go to be able to do some things with the land bank. And I talked to Aaron, and I talked to and John Moore. He's been, and I have a lot that's next to me. I've been cutting that me and John gonna go. I'm gonna have to drag him over there, but we've been dealing with, and so with all that, he's been very supportive.
Great.
And a lot of faces I see in here is from that side of town. So
Yes, ma'am.
I would say so. Thank you guys, and
Ms.
I
Greenwood,
apologize
thank
if
you.
I went over.
Thank you
Okay?
so much.
All right.
Thank you. All right. We will now go to remarks by Mayor and Council. Mayor Ford, if you'll kick us off, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Ms. Greenwood, you remind me of an old drill instructor I had back in basic training. My boots are shaking, my back's aching. But I appreciate your energy, and thank you for coming. And we're always here to help you. I don't have a lot to say because Tina didn't give me my list. So I'm just kidding you. But I want to say this. It's been a great day again, and I want to thank the council, all members of the council and everybody for the meetings we've had earlier today and the pre-council meeting. But there are a lot of things going on and a lot of things that are happening that are going to be excellent for the city of Gadsden. I want to thank the county, the City Board of Education. I want to thank the county officials, the deputy, and everybody that's come, the county commissioners. We're all working together. We all may not always agree, but we're all trying to get to the same common goal. But, Mr. President, thank you for my time.
Thanks, Mayor Ford. Councilman Smith.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, just want to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you, Mayor Ford and the council, Commissioner Enzer. We just appreciate the relationship that we have. Look forward to working together in the future here in the city. Our board members here, Mr. Blackwell, I don't know who that young lady is between you and President back there, but I want to get her number before y'all leave. I appreciate it. So thank the board members for being here as well. Something I was going to say, yes, Ms. Kendricks, I heard you talking about, I'm interested in some of those spirits you're talking about. Y'all got any Holy Spirit down there on Tuscaloosa? But thank you for being here. We appreciate all of the comments, especially when it comes to all of our communities. Again, we're city council people. You know, we love every district. So we want to thank you as well, Ms. Greenwood, for all that you're doing. I've been knowing Ms. Greenwood all my life since I was a child. Her investment back in the city further just validates what we've been saying all along. People love being in the city of Gadsden. She has several properties she's working on renovating, and we look forward to working with you as well. So thank you for all that you do. Every department here, the officers who was recognized earlier today. Judge, now I heard you talking about that jumbo screen. Now I talked to Mr. Blackwell at my house. He came to visit me when my mom passed. He said it's not going to be no ordinary screen we're talking about. He checked to find out who had the largest screen in our area. Make it 3 or 4 feet bigger than that. So this is going to be a huge screen, and I can't wait to see it. But thank everybody for being here today. All right, we appreciate it. Thank you. It's National Teachers Day. To all teachers, educators, faculty, and staff, we appreciate you. You spend more time with our children than we do, so we appreciate that all you do for our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Smith. Councilman Avery.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to speak directly to Ms. Greenwood comments, as this has been, I didn't run a campaign on promises, but what we can do for our community. And not coming to City Hall with our hand held out of what, you know, we're asking City Hall to do, but exactly showing City Hall what we are going to do in our community. And that is a prime example of Ms. Greenwood and other private investors that have come back home to invest in their community. Redlining is a discriminatory practice with financial institutions denied loans and services to residents specific areas based on race and ethnicity. Was a widespread issue in the United States, including Gadsden, Alabama. And this practice had a lasting impact on home ownership, wealth accumulation, and overall socioeconomic conditions in affected areas. And District 3, Tuscaloosa Avenue area was one of those areas. Not only that, in 1963, Dr. King came and spoke at one of our local churches there in District 3 with the concern with the local civil rights leaders and Gadsden residents, Joseph Cole being one of those, and many others during that time, as it was as residents was facing evictions and trying to save their homes, visit local churches, visit J.W. Stewart, Skyliner Restaurant and Dance Hall, and many other significant Gadsden civil rights movement areas. And so that is a passion of mine. I hope that those are available to come and see these 2 particular homes. You can go on 8th Street. 8th Street, actually, I think, if Ms. Greenwood can correct me if I'm wrong, there's 2 homes that have been renovated on 8th Street that are beautiful. They're on the right-hand side coming down the hill. Councilman Robinson passed that way all the time. And I think that is a compliment to what our community used to look like and what the future brings. We got a building on 8th Street that we need to, as you spoke about, mentioning those blighted areas. And that's one thing that I'm bringing out. I'm bringing out comments as relates to as well, not only on 8th Street, but on other streets, as we mentioned at Valley Street, and other areas. These are the buildings, these are the homes, these are the things that bring down the value of our community, in which we need to address so that we can bring up the value of our community. I've met with housing. I think this is where sometimes it's stated that, you know, we're all working together. Listen, we have our disagreements, and I don't think we've that is not a secret. But again, I face these issues every day. This is where I live. This is where I spend my money. This is where I play. This is where I walk the streets, walk my dogs, talk to neighbors, visits at 12 a.m. at my house on my porch. Always been able to been reachable, and so those concerns in that community are heavy. But this is the unique thing about it: they didn't just start with me. These are concerns that was with the previous Councilman Worthy, the previous Councilman Huff, the previous Councilman Avery, and so therefore I am interested and excited about the movement that we are doing. However, we also not necessarily need to work with the City Council and the mayor, but also we got to attack the private owners of these homes that has been sitting there for 10 plus years and no one living it and no one taking care of them. We got a home that you'll see today if you come over there that is appraised for $180,000 in my community. That is awesome. That is awesome because in my community there are homes that are appraised for $15,000. Okay, and so this is a serious issue because you have hardworking people that worked at the steel plant, that worked at Goodyear, that worked in the school system, that worked at the hospitals, and yet worked hard to buy their home, but yet if they sold their home, they get paid $15,000, $20,000 because of the overall look of the community, the aesthetics of the community. Okay, so I am appreciative of that. I'm very thankful for those private-public partnerships and what the future brings as it relates to what we're looking to do to improve our community. Because when we improve our community, not only do we improve Gadsden, as we see downtown and other areas growing, the market moving, value going up. We want District 3 value to go up as well. We're butted to one of the prime properties here in the city of Gadsden. It's joked about a lot up here as it relates to District 7. District 7 has a piece of property that is what, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, the third largest attraction in the state of Alabama. And before you get to District 7, you come through District 3, and we want to look like the neighbor of District 7, respectfully. And so, therefore, we're going to work from our part as residents. We're going to work as private owners and contractors. We're going to work from our end to make sure that, number one, our community, it looks good and respected, so that when we come to the city, that we won't have any kickback, because they see, the city see, the mayor, the council, the representatives see that we respect and love our community. Thank you for my time.
Thank you, Councilman Avery. Councilman Wilson?
I want to get some rubber padding for this diocese up here when we start banging our hands on it. New chairs first. Yeah, new chairs first. Thank you, Ms. Greenwood. Welcome to the fight. Glad to have you here. Don't ever forget that we're on the same team. I promise you, everybody up here shares your passion. There's a reason why we're sitting here. It sure as heck ain't for the money. I promise you that, okay? And as one person told me a long time ago, the definition of a friend is somebody who'll stand up for you in a room when you can't stand up for yourself. I'll say this: Councilwoman Lathan is an incredible public servant. If she hasn't returned your phone calls, I can guarantee you there's a logical reason for that, because she works very, very, very hard. And I consider her a friend and a wonderful colleague up here. So I just wanted to defend her when she can't be here to defend herself. You know, the biggest challenge for me, and to the point about how do we go about improving this city equitably and proportionately. You know, I'm in District 5, and yes, we have a beautiful historic district, but we also have the street I was born on, Chancellor Avenue. You know, I was born on Chancellor. I went to Stripling Elementary. You know, and I joke up here a lot about, I don't want businesses in my community. Keep them. Y'all can build your big businesses and your entertainment centers and all that stuff. We are a bedroom community, as they call it in District 5. What we do have is Gadsden City High School. We have Gadsden Middle School. We have Stripling Elementary School. We are a bedroom community because people like to live close to the schools where their kids are going to school. So I don't want new businesses. We don't have a community center in District 5. We don't have a city park in District 5. What I do want is walkable sidewalks, corners that are ADA compliant so that people with special needs and physical disabilities can get around our community. I like the idea that people can go from what is now Tower 7, which is an affordable living apartment that used to be the Holy Comforter there. People that can go from Doggett Towers to the United States Postal Service, to the Gadsden Public Library, we're fortunate enough to have a grocery in District 5 there with Johnson's. I like the fact that our citizens can walk safely, that our kids can ride their bikes safely on sidewalks. So that's the types of things that I focus on in District 5. And when somebody talks about holding an event, I say, go to the venue. That's because what comes with having event space is people are going to want somewhere to eat and maybe have some spirits. So then you end up getting those restaurants and those shops around those meeting and conference center experiences. So my point is, in District 5, I don't want what everybody else has got. I defined my district, I defined our community, and we're going to focus on making improvements that will build that goal, work towards that goal. So like I said, when people want to hold an event, I don't say come over to the Coca-Cola building in District 5. I say go to the venue and eat at our restaurants while you're out there, and fill up at our gas stations, put gas in your vehicles, and all that stuff. It all comes back in to the pot. So I think a rising tide floats all boats, and there's no doubt about it that District 3 specifically, and by the way, technically, when I built Back 40 Beer Company right here downtown 17 years ago, it's in District 3. And I'm at about 20 million right now, so I've done my part in District 3. If we're following the line on a map, I think it's important that we define what we want our districts to be. And that's my only advice, is don't try to chase every rabbit. I had to learn that as an entrepreneur. Just because it's a good idea doesn't mean I should do it, Just try to focus on one aspect of that community that you can make exceptional. And I promise you, I'll support you guys any way I can in that district, just like I would any other district except District 7. They're doing just fine up there by themselves. That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you, Ms. Greenwood. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Wilson. Councilwoman Minatra, are you ready to follow that?
Never.
Come on, jump on in there.
This Saturday, May 10th, is the day before Mother's Day, but it is also our food drive that we band together with the postal workers, as well as the Etowah Community Food Bank and United Way. And we would love for our food drive to benefit our entire city. So all kinds of non-perishable items that you are willing to donate, if you would just simply place them near your mailbox so that the postal workers can pick those items up. They will go to the community, the Etowah Community Food Bank, and they'll be shared with the entire county. So please help us in that food drive, and have a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Councilwoman Minatra. Councilman Robbins.
I don't have anything to report out of District 7 this week. We did have Art on the Rocks this past weekend. We had some bad weather, but I think it's on the Sunday or the Saturday or the Sunday. The day it cleared up, I think we had a lot of people come out and enjoy all the crafts and everything. Ms. Greenwood, I appreciate you coming out and talking to us and showing your enthusiasm about your neighborhood. And I'll say this as all the districts. I mean, I feel like as I drive through the whole city, this whole city's gotten a lot cleaner in the last couple of years. It just looks a lot better. And coming down North 8th Street, which I do come down off the mountain a lot and come down through North 8th Street, that street has cleaned up just big time in the last 2 years with those two new houses that have been rebuilt. They've actually cleaned up those crepe myrtles, go up and down that road. Looks really good. I would say I've always, when you get down there to that red light and you pull up, and is that Head Start? What's the school right there? That, there used to be a mural on that wall. I wish we could figure out some organization or somebody to get in there, but I think you told me one time the wall has to be replaced before there's anything going on.
It's some structure.
But that would be just great to get that mural back there. I think that would look really good. But overall, all the districts are looking good, and a lot of improvement going on, a lot of drainage projects going on, all of them. So overall, everybody, all districts are doing well, and we all do work together up here, and we all do appreciate each other's districts and hope for the best for each one of them. Even though I do fight for my district, just like all these other people do out here. District 7, Jason does not prefer District 7, but
I love the constituents of District 7.
thank you. That'd be me. Anywho, just joking. Me and Jason just joke about that. But yeah, everything's looking great. Thanks to all the guests coming out. Judge, thank you for coming out. All the county commissioners and Board of Education. Thank you guys. Miss Rita, good to see you. I can't believe he asked for your phone number a while ago. His wife's going to kill him. His wife's going to kill him. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Robinson. Councilman Avery, I think you have another.
I'm sorry. I failed to make this announcement. I'll be really quick. With Gadsden City High School in mention, and I can be corrected if I'm wrong, Gadsden City track team girls 4x100 finished second in the state, winning silver medal. Carly Sheffield, Janiyah Yao, Mariah Ragland, Kayla Price, I guess that's Javana Sears. Javana Sears, thank you. Girls high jump finished second in the state, winning silver medal, Nyla Franklin. And then boys in the 100-meter finished third in the state, winning bronze medal, Zion Gibson. And then there was, and y'all help me with this, Superintendent. There's a the trade program won something in the state. Yeah, and then they're going to Nevada or going somewhere. Atlanta, okay, okay, all right. Just wanted to highlight those young people there for that.
Appreciate that. A lot of good things happening in our school system. Thank you so much. Wanted to, of course, thank everybody. Ms. Greenwood, you and I had a conversation a week or so ago. It was very nice to meet you in person, and I applaud your vision and your heart. Look forward to working with you in days and weeks to come. And wanted to also make a mention, the Humane Society is having a fundraiser this Thursday night, right, at 2:10 at the tracks. It starts at 5:30. It's called Tacos, Tequila, and Tunes. John Player is going to be the tunes. I think we may have to change tequila to spirits, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get with them on that. It's
the particular name of the spirit.
Yeah.
Like the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, we sure could use your support. We have as every city in America has, a very bad problem with stray animals and, cats and dogs. It's a sad situation. We need your help. We need your attention. So if you could come out and support the Humane Society May 8th, this Thursday night at 2:10 at the tracks, I think you'll have a great time. John Player is one of the most accomplished guitar players and singers in Gadsden and in this area, and just does a great job. Also want to draw attention, this is Municipal Clerks Week. So we would like to highlight and recognize our municipal clerks, our city clerk and our assistant city clerk. Jennifer Smith is our assistant city clerk. Ivan Nelson is our city clerk. And I was going to read something, that let me see if I can find it. Where'd it go? Well, here we go. I'm getting there. Wrong one. Right church, wrong pew. Here we go. All right. Although it is one of the oldest positions in local government, few people realize the vital services municipal and deputy clerks perform for their community. Primarily, they act as the cornerstone of their council. They also prepare the council agendas, record and index minutes, and maintain the council's ordinance and resolutions files. Other responsibilities include keeping the official records of the city, conducting local elections, and processing permits. Many serve as financial officers or treasurers, and in some municipalities may act as chief administrative officers. Ivan Nelson serves as the treasurer of the city of Gadsden and has for quite some time. And if y'all might notice when I speak up here, a lot of times my head is down. I apologize for the glare. I can't do anything about that. I have to talk to the Lord, I guess. But I read a script, okay? This script is prepared by the city clerk's office. And the reason for that is because I won't be able to remember everything that's on this paper. But the most important thing is that everything that we do up here has to be done per the state of Alabama laws and ordinances and per the ethics laws. And so in order to do that and accomplish that, our city clerk and our assistant city clerk has to create that for us. So, and when it says Cornerstone, that should be in all capital letters. Thank you so much, Iva and Jennifer and all of our people in the city clerk's office for what y'all do. Cities cannot operate without these ladies in our office. And so thank you. Thank you very much for what you do to keep our city within the scope of the law and to run efficiently, because y'all are the cog right there in the middle. Everything else kind of runs off the city clerk's office. And so just wanted to thank y'all for that. And National Teachers Day, I want to thank all the teachers. Y'all, I woke up this morning with the teacher. My wife is in her 42nd and last year teaching kindergarten here in the Gadsden City School System. And do you think I remembered to tell her Happy National Teachers Day? No, I didn't. So that's just about part. See, I needed that script, Iva. You should. I should have had that. Anyway, and then our son and our daughter-in-law are also teachers in the Gadsden City School System. So very proud of our teachers, and just wanted to say thank you to our teachers for everything that they do for our children, but everything they do for us. Every one of us in here can probably think back to when we're in school, and we can thank either a teacher or a handful of teachers for where we are in our station today in life. So we can't do it without our clerks, and we can't do it without our teachers. Also, I failed to recognize Corey Davis with the Job Corps. Corey, raise your hand, please. Oh, has he just left?
Yes.
Oh, man, I didn't. Well, maybe he'll watch it on TV. But we're very glad to have Corey here today, and also our distinguished guest that's already been mentioned. And I wanted to just Commissioners Ramsey and Enzer, you guys, due to your meetings, kind of coinciding with our meetings, don't get to come here very often. I'd like to, if you feel led, if you'd like to say something, you know, we work well with you guys. There's a lot going on in our city and our county. If y'all would like to share anything or just say hello, you're welcome to do so. If not, don't feel any pressure. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to.
Just wanted to be here for the deputy and the officer.
Yeah.
And the sheriff's office. Wanted to be supportive of them and obviously be supportive of Gadsden. I represent a lot of Gadsden, and there was a little thing on the agenda I didn't know about, but it's all good.
You're about to represent a lot more Gadsden when I'm through with Horton's Bend.
Ken's going to represent. So, you'll get those votes, I won't. Oh, Lord. That's good. We work together and thank y'all for.
Well, we do. Well, thank you. And Commissioner
I would like to reiterate what he said. Working together is what we need to be doing. And I think we're doing well at that. Always room for improvement. And we're, as the county commission, I can speak for all of us, we're all open to that, all very willing to do that. And very excited about things that are going on. Really excited about what's going on over in District 3 with that renovation. And, Commissioner Washington and I work closely together on all the things that he's got going on. He and I have become good friends, and I'm excited about that. And you're exactly right, Councilman Avery. It starts in it's grassroots. It starts right there in the community. You have to own it to start with, to begin it there, and then you get the help that comes alongside you. The help can't come from the outside, or the beginning can't come from the outside. It has to come from the inside. That's right. I'm excited about that and starting. That's a great move.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Ramsey, and thank you, Commissioner Enzer. Mr. Blackwell, anything you would like to add or say?
Judge did mention graduation on the 22nd, so we love to have all of you officers of council come at 6:30. So the rains, Friday's the backup day.
Okay, that's May 22nd. 6:30 in Titan Stadium. All right, and the new scoreboard? Or it's not called a scoreboard, is it? It's called a Yeah, did you? Okay. I'll have to remember that.
On the end, close to the interstate, or on the end close to the field? Yeah, they're digging holes. I saw they're digging holes. I saw it this morning.
It's the biggest one around.
That's what I'm hearing.
Man, that's great.
That's what we do.
That's
what you
exciting.
do. Sounds good.
Well, that's,
Again, stay in your lane, Councilman Robinson. I will just throw out there for some cost-saving potentials. I was at Sam's Club yesterday, and they have the 98-inch Samsung television on sale for $1,600. So maybe that, I mean, I figure you get 3 or 4 of those, tape them together. I mean, that's got to be.
that's pretty good. I like that. All right. Well, y'all, it's been a great day, and the officers that came here today, I mean, the Lord does what the Lord does, and he had those 2 men there to save that lady's life. And so I know that they're very proud of themselves, and we're certainly proud of them. And last thing I want to do is make an announcement. Due to the Alabama League of Municipalities Conference, I'm sorry, I was trying to read this announcement, if y'all just bear with me. Due to the Alabama League of Municipalities Conference, the City Council will not meet next Tuesday, May 13th. The regular schedule for work session and council meeting will resume on Tuesday, May the 20th. We're going to go to Huntsville for the annual Alabama League of Municipalities meeting. We learned a lot there, y'all. There's a lot of classes that we take, and we learned a lot from our fellow mayors and council members. Always look forward to that. It's been a great day here in the city of Gadsden. Hope y'all have a great week. We are adjourned.